Good morning, everyone. Steve Georgie here from Allendale's trading floor. It is April 23rd. Corn up just a penny overnight. Beans climbing 4 3/4 cents, with wheat up about 3.5. So we're starting off a little higher today. Export sales were released this morning. For corn, old crop, they were expecting 400 to 600,000. Came out at 867, so a little friendly there. For beans, they were looking for cancellations, and then also potential up to 150,000 metric tons as far as sales. Came out at 102. So we still made some sales. We didn't see cancellations. And then for wheat, they were looking for no sales to 100. We got 397, actually a little better than expected there as well. So some of the things that you're going to hear, though, today as far as the headlines, you've got this continued talk of will we get a trucker strike in Brazil? Nothing was concluded yesterday from their meetings. So that's still, truckers are still threatening a strike. That issue is still lingering. The government's really not giving in. So you're going to hear more of that here today. Maybe that does support the beans a little bit, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. We have option expiration tomorrow for May, and that we could see us push toward certain levels depending upon volume or looking at how many contracts we have at certain areas. What can we expire worthless? We tend to see that when we get these major expirations, so keep an eye on that. Options do expire tomorrow as far as the May contract. We've got cooler temperatures remaining the rest of this week into the weekend. Sunday on out, looking to see things warm up a little bit. And then behind this, though, we should see some pretty good conditions for farmers to get out and get planting. So should see a very strong planting pace tomorrow, or I should say next week, as we see farmers getting out and getting things done. We did have ethanol numbers released yesterday, 2% higher. That came in at 930,000 barrels per day above last week's, or that was last week's pace, I should say. So 2% higher, very strong. We'll see if that affects this corn. Can we find something in order to support this market and maybe drive things a little bit higher? Stats Canada came out with some numbers as far as wheat and canola. They were expecting to see 2.4 million acres of wheat came out, or I should say 24.2 million acres of wheat came out at 24.8. Last year we were at 23.8. So it's pretty strong. I guess I should say a little bit, could end up being a little bit weaker as far as wheat just because of the idea of a little more acres. But for canola, 19.4 million acres. That's down from 20.3 a year ago. The expectation was 20.2, so maybe a little friendlier on canola, and maybe that could affect these beans as well. So keep an eye on that. Looking at livestock, cattle up 45 cents. We did have cold storage out yesterday. Beef stocks for April 1st coming in at 479.78 million pounds. That's less than expected. So beef stocks down about 12 million pounds compared to typically a 3 million pound increase for this time of year. So I think that's what's giving us a little support as far as cattle. We did see 158 trade yesterday. That's $2 lower than last Friday's close. And so I think this report giving more of a friendlier twist, that's what's helping support this morning as well. But same thing for hogs, 35 cents higher right now. Cold storage numbers fell under the trade estimates, so that dropped about 18 million pounds. Trade was looking for about a decrease of 16 million. So a bit of a surprise because we did see production that was higher last month, but we did see this drop a little more than what the expectations were. So watch the hogs. We'll see if we get a little recovery there as well, a little excitement from this report as well. Looking at some of the outside markets, initial jobless claims out. They expected to see a decline of about 7,000. We actually got an increase of 1,000. Stock market's down 66 right now. Crude oil up about 40 cents. The dollar down 7, and gold and silver roughly unchanged. So Give us a call if you have any questions. You can reach us here at 800-262-7538 or check us out on the web at allendale-inc.com. Hope you guys have a great day today. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning. Take care.